Boom! And we are live Sunday, July 30th, 3, well, I was hoping 3:15 p.m., but it's 3:18, almost 19, so welcome everybody. I hope you are having a great weekend, and I hope you are also having a great afternoon. It is super nice here in the French part of Canada. Very nice day, very sunny, so yes, but we are inside. We are still inside. You can be outside, but I need to be inside to watch this, to look at Tesla. To look at Tesla. So basically, this is a live. This is a public live. I'm doing a public live once a month, and the rest of the time, this is a member only live that I am doing every single week. So this one is for the public as a whole. So we might be getting new people. So people that are new to technical analysis. And I find that people have a hard time wrapping their heads around technical analysis because basically this is contrary to what is being said in the news. You know, what is being said on TV is, you need to buy and hold, you need to invest, you need to buy and hold, you need to be an investor. You should not be a trader. You know, traders lose money, and no, this is not good. You need to be an investor, blah blah blah. You need to buy and hold, and when your stock goes down, well, you suffer it, and you just hold strong, and you repeat some mantras. You know, well, the stock is going to go back up. It's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. Almost like singing a song. This works. You know, I'm making fun a little bit of investors. So it is nice to do that. It is nice to just buy and hold a great company and not look at it. Perfectly fine. If you picked a good company, you are going to make money in the long term. Perfectly fine. This is great. If you did not pick a good company, then you will pretty much lose everything that you had. So that's the drawback. And even a great company like Tesla, it was still risky to buy and hold Tesla at some point because Elon Musk said it himself. He said that he almost went bankrupt during the ramp up of the Model 3. So yeah, he had great technology, great products, great vision, good management, and everything. And even with all of that, then he almost got bankrupt. So investing even in a great company like Tesla, nothing's for sure. Huh? Nothing's for sure. So Tesla is a growth company, and it almost went bankrupt, basically. So what we tend to do here with technical analysis is that we are looking at the movement in the stock, because what is really happening and what impacts the stock price. What impacts the stock price is the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. There's always a tug of war. This is why the stock market is always moving up and down every single day, every single 5 minutes, every minute. It goes up and down, goes up and down. There's a tug of war. You know, nobody agree at Tesla should be priced at this price. It should be priced at that price. There's fears. There's uncertainty. There's doubt. There's inflation. There's interest rates. There's a war in Ukraine. You know, a lot of things can impact the price of a stock. It's not only the fundamentals of a stock, you know, the price, you know, the products, the market, the technology, blah blah blah. It's not only that will impact the price of a stock. It's everything. Everything can impact it. You know, the oil price is going to have an effect on the EV stock prices. What is going to be this effect? How do you quantify that effect? How do you quantify the Ukraine war effect on the Tesla price, it's almost impossible to quantify quantify every single piece of news that is coming out every single day, and its potential impact on a stock. So and because only looking at fundamentals is not enough, looking at everything is just too much. So then we on this channel are using a different strategy. We are looking at the tug of war between the buyers and sellers, and this tug of war is not random. It is not random. So for the new people, if we have any new people here, please say hi. But for the new people, I think that the best thing to understand here today is that the stock movements are not random. They are not random. And I'm gonna use, I think, one of my favorite examples. This is the Tesla stock price in March 2020. Tesla stock price. Look at how it's following this red line, and look at this green line that's just below it in parallel. So this was in 2020, and then the stock price got it went higher and higher and higher, and then had a big debacle, blah 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 blah, and then 1 year later it resumed at the same angle as it was starting to go up right here. A year later, that line, the red and the green, those two lines just were still valid 1 year later. So, when I see this, it's hard not to believe that there's some underlying patterns happening in the stock market for any stock. So even if we see a stock zigzagging like this up and down every single day, if we only look at a stock price day by day, oh, it's closed at 265, up $10. Oh, it's closed at 256, down 3. Oh, it's up. If you only look at it day by day, you will miss those patterns. But if you just plot through time, if you just plot the close, the highs and the lows, because this is what we are plotting right here. So we are plotting the open, so the price at the opening of a trading day, the opening, the close, the high, the low, and we are looking at that, and we are seeing patterns, and patterns just jump out at us, and when we see a pattern, we are highlighting the pattern with a line. And this is helping us discover when a stock will break an existing pattern. If it breaks an existing pattern, we don't know when it is going to break an existing pattern, but eventually it is going to break an existing pattern. And when it breaks an existing pattern, it means that there's a new pattern that is starting. And if the pattern that is being broken is a downward trend for a stock, when we have a break of that pattern, then this is the positive news for us, because the stock is no longer going down. It stopped going down. The down pattern has been broken, so at least it's going sideways. At least it's going sideways, but maybe it's going to go higher. So that's fantastic. This is fantastic. This is great. So and those patterns help us, because when we see a breaking pattern, we don't need to know why a pattern has broken. We don't need to know why it has broken. We just need to look at the behavior of the buyers and the sellers, and when we see a step change in the behavior of the buyers and sellers, when we see a step change, then this is the beginning of a new era, a new pattern, and then we could just hop in. We can just join in. And profit from that. And yes, I'm gonna go back to this example again. I know, but you know, this is a downward pattern we had with Tesla in March of 2020. Tesla was going down, 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 and then boom, it stopped going down. It stopped going down in April 2020, even though the world was effectively shutting down. Then Tesla stopped going down. Why? I did not know why at the time. And then once we had this break of pattern, then we know that it is not going down anymore. Then we need to make sure that it's just not only going sideways. If it's just only going sideways, then this is going to be pretty boring. So we need to find the next horizontal resistance. So the next line above which this is going to mean that buyers are now willing to pay higher for Tesla. Because at that point in time, nobody wanted to pay, and there has been a bunch of splits since. So the price is not the same as it was back then. But if we take into consideration the splits, then at that point in time, on March 25th, 2020, people did not want to pay higher than $37 for Tesla. They just did not. No buyers wanted to pay more than that. Okay. In the world, no buyers in the world paid more than that. Of course, the sellers would have wanted to sell at $40 or at $50. So it's not the sellers that prevented the price to go high. It's the buyers that did not want to pay that price. So, but then on April 9th, they wanted to pay higher than 30, what did I say? 37.13. So on April 9th, they wanted to pay higher. Why? Because something changed in the market. Something changed. We don't need to know what has changed. If we happen to know that Tesla announced an anti-gravity car, yeah, perfect. If we can know, then it's fine. But even if we don't know, we see this change in behavior in people. And this is an important change in behavior because, Tesla stocks sell on average, buy and sell 280 million shares every day. So if we see that nobody wants to buy above a price, that's quite an important piece of information. That's an important piece of information. And when we saw, I was not doing any videos at the time, but it's the same rules that I used back then that I'm using now on this channel. So these are the same rules that I'm showing you guys. So when we had this break here, I could not believe it. I said, there's something weird. This downward trend is getting broken. It does not make sense. And I did not want to enter into Tesla at that point because it didn't make sense to me. But sometimes, we don't know what we don't know, and we don't need to know everything. We just need to look at the pattern, and then I entered after a couple of days. I don't remember exactly on the day I entered, but then this was the start of this was the start of something. So I have other examples like this, but this is one of my favorite example. So I was a believer before, but technical analysis made me a believer again. It keeps making me a believer. Every single day. So, yeah. Okay, so this is what happens on Sunday. So I sometimes go on a diatribe rant or things like that. So I'm gonna say hi to some of you guys. So hello Tesla Terra. It's been a while, right? It's been a while since I did a live last week. But anyway, so nice to see you again, Trevor and Delicious Smith. Howdy. You look very happy together. Hello, Javier. I have a hard time pronouncing this. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo? Dave, I've seen that name before. Getting back into Tesla, yes, we'll cover that. Clueless, close to 66. Powerful close, shorts are losing their ground. Yeah, powerful close. Powerful close. I'm gonna give it that. Powerful close. SC Python, saw that name again too. Looking forward to see. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, let's do this. So basically, I will look at the same stocks that we are looking during well, every single day of the week. But we'll also look at the weekly chart. So we have a lot of ground to cover. Feel free to ask questions. If you can answer them, fine. But at least ask questions, make comments. This is open. This is basically as interactive as it can get with a YouTube live. Yeah, eventually maybe we can do something two-way, but Google Meet or something like that. Anyway, hello, Cristo. So let's do this. So Tesla, we closed at 266.44. I like those even numbers. Up $10. We need to commend Tesla for hanging in there. We need to commend Tesla. So we do have a floor at 255.85. We do have a support here, a buyer support. So the buyers are maintaining the price higher right here. They are coming in. When the price is coming down, they are coming in. Also, there's something I need to mention about the stock price. I said that the stock price is influenced by the tug of war between the buyers and sellers, and those buyers and sellers can be investors, like people that buy and hold for a long time, or people that do dollar cost averaging. When the stock is going down, they keep on buying. So investors are part of that tug of war, but also traders are part of the tug of war. So traders have an impact on the stock market. They have an impact. So when a stock has a nice run because of a great fundamental news, maybe, if that fundamental news would continue, we would think that the stock market the stock price would tend to continue. But we should not forget that we have traders, day traders, daily traders, and people that are going to play both sides of stock movement. If it goes up, they will be long, and if they see weakness, they will short a little bit, and so on. So we have the traders that are impacting the stock market too, and we cannot see, we cannot know about them by looking at the fundamentals of a company, neutral, the sales and everything. This is not how we can know about the traders and their impact on the stock market. And Tesla, for a long while, has been a stock that has been shorted the most. It was the most shorted stock in the past. I don't know if it is right now, but it has been the most shorted stock. So if it has been the most shorted stock, then of course they are going to have a big impact on that stock price. So and are they going to be having such a big impact that they are going to change a bull trend into a bear trend? Well, short term, yes. Short term, yes, this can happen. And if we want to be part of that downtrend, then we can just stay in the stock. But if we don't, want to be part of that, we can just get out and then let the stock stabilize and re-enter when downtrends are gone and that we are no longer into a congestion zone, and then we can re-enter safely right here and then catch the next big swing. So this is another example. So, okay. I need to have somebody to keep me on track. Okay, okay, let's go back to Tesla. So, yes, right now I don't have any position in Tesla. This is where I entered. Boom, boom. And I don't suffer Tesla. I don't suffer a stock going down. I don't suffer it much. So I catch my swing, keep it in my pocket instead of on paper. Keep it in my pocket, and then I see when I will get another swing. So for Tesla, 265.32 was, well, is an important support area, and we had a congestion zone right here between 265.32 and 285 right here. We had the break of that, so this was a buy signal right there. This was the time to get in with this short runway. We can have a good buy signal, but there's not much area for the stock to go higher. So this was the case. This was a buy signal right here because we broke a horizontal resistance. Each time we are breaking a horizontal resistance, basically this is kind of a buy signal. But the runway was very short because we had and still have a big downward resistance, big one, that started in December 2021. So this big downward resistance was still in play. So it was risky to buy at this point over 285. What we are doing on this channel is that we are trying to de-risk things. It's always risky to buy in the stock market. It's always risky to buy. If you don't want risk, you need to put your money in the bank, in a good bank, but you need to put your money in the bank, and yes, you will lose value because of the inflation. But at least it's less risky than having a stock go down. So the only, I cannot predict the future. I don't know what is going to happen in the future. I only know that the current pattern is continuing or it's not continuing. This is the only thing I know. And I don't know when those patterns are going to continue or when they are going to be broken. I don't know when, but when it happens, I see it, and that's all I need to know. When I see it, and it's a significant event, then I know that the pattern has been broken, and then I can make a decision. Well, if a downward pattern has been broken, then the stock is not going down anymore. So it's less risk. There's less risk that it continues down because it stopped going down. So then I can enter. So right now, nobody knows what Tesla is going to do next week. Nobody knows. But right now, this is the current pattern we are in. This is a decreasing triangle. So the stock price is getting lower and lower. The highs during the day are getting lower and lower. So this is not super good news in itself. This is not super good news because the highest price people paid during those days is getting lower. Just like just like if you are trading hockey cards and Wayne Gretzky's card is getting lower and lower. The high that was paid for that card is getting lower and lower. Is that a good news? It's not really good news if you have some in your possession. It might be good news if you want to buy some, because then you will wait until it goes as low as possible and then you will get back in. But this is the fact. This is a fact. The price is going down. The highs are going down, but the lows are staying at the same level at 255.85. So if we break this, then there's a change somewhere in the world, and buyers are now willing to pay higher for the Tesla stock. So short-term wise, if we have a break of this downward resistance, this is a buy. Well, sorry. This would be a buy if we had, I almost forgot this. This would be a buy if we had a good stochastic. Because any move up in the stock market needs to have a good stochastic. Look at any move up that we had, any significant move up, stochastic was over 60. This one here, stochastic was mainly over 60. Sometimes it dips a little bit, but stochastic over 60, stochastic over 60, stochastic over 60. You see it? Boom. You see it everywhere. Boom here, boom here. So stochastic over 60 is a de-risking element, So if we don't have stochastic over 60 and we have this break of downward resistance, you can still buy, but it's riskier. It could still work. But it's riskier. And in terms of the runway, this is the runway that it has. You know, we have some resistance right here at 285. We have some resistance right here. So this could be a nice swing, but this could be coming down. So if you only care about that swing, that might be okay not to wait for a stochastic over 60. It might still be okay. But if you want to eliminate all of the risks, I would not buy here because we can still be going into something like this. And I would not even buy before we have this break of downward resistance because it prevented us from breaking right here. It prevented us. So this downward resistance is really important. So what was I supposed to say? So if you want a risk-free buying signal, wait for 285, wait for this break of downward resistance and a good stochastic, and then you're going to be not too bad. I'm going to just leave it at that. And this is why we are looking at the stock every single day of the week, because we get a new candle every single day and it can change how we are, you know, we do the play-by-play every single day on every new candle. And I will be repeating this every single day. So if you follow me every single day, we are going to look at the stock chart and we are going to assess what is happening in real time every single day. Boom. Okay. And let's look. So yeah, I said my piece about this. I said my piece. So we need to break our big downward resistance in order to have a good buy signal. Then afterwards, we still have this bullish channel resistance that is in place. So if we have a break, let's say that we do this and we have a break here, this is a nice buy signal. Just be careful because it can come back down because of this one right here. And also we have identified 313 as a other move down. So in terms of the runway, we don't have much runway in Tesla until 313. After 313, then the sky is pretty much clear until 400. So 313 is very important for Tesla. It does not mean that you cannot make some money If it breaks here, you can make a bit money here. You can make a little bit of money here. And if it continues, perfect. You keep that money. And when we have the break at 313, then you are going to make a lot of money. But I don't tell people when to buy and when to sell. I'm telling people what is riskier, what is less risky, and what is almost no risk. Well, there's always risk, but the minimum risk. The minimum risk is above 313. There's less risk here. There's a little bit more risk here. And risk is defined by the probability that the stock will go down. Boom. Okay, so and let me go first on the weekly chart. So weekly chart. So this is telling us, giving us a broader look at the patterns. So this is the weekly chart. So see, so it's even clearer on the weekly chart. Boom, we touched. Cannot be much more clear than this. And even if we go on the monthly chart, the same thing here. See, Tesla is respecting this line. Isn't it incredible that we can draw a line? Tesla is not respecting my line. Tesla is respecting a downtrend. It's respecting a line, and I just happen to know how to draw those lines that Tesla is respecting. So this is my this is my skill. So weekly chart, we have we are bullish on the weekly chart when we look at the stochastic over 60. So that's fine, because this move is still up high. It did not come down. So this. So we are still in this upward move. So this is why this is still bullish. So it's still significant. It's still interesting. It's still good. And but if we don't break this downward resistance that I've been talking about, then we won't remain bullish for long, because if we don't break it, it means that we need to follow it at least, and then we are going to turn bearish at some point, or faster or slower. But if we break it, then we could be continuing to be bullish and do another swing. So Tesla is still bullish. It just needs to break what I said it needs to break. Okay, so let me go. Let me look at the comments a little bit. So yeah, Palantir, we are going to look at it. Hello from Belgium, Luke. Does it look like chop between 260 and 270 this coming week, or more down first? I don't know. It depends on the downward resistance. If it breaks the downward resistance, then it's going sideways. If it's going sideways, the floor is 255.85. So yes, it could get choppy if it breaks this downward resistance. This is the first thing it needs to do. Is 255 a possible place to get in? Well, how can I put this? Okay, there is more risk to buy on support than to, how can I put this? Buy on a break of resistance. So yeah, if it goes down to 255, you can buy. But then you just hope that it bounces on 255.85. So if it goes down, you can buy here, but just use this stop loss. As soon as it breaks it, you just get out, because it just means that it won't stay above 255.85. And by the way, I am saying a lot of things. I am giving you a lot of how can I say this, principles, and I realize that it's hard to remember all those principles. So I created something to help you, and I think I'm gonna announce. No, am I going to announce this? I don't know if I'm ready to announce this yet, but let me just show you what I mean here. So I have a kind of a checklist. This is kind of a checklist to de-risking the buying. Maybe the English is not the best. So when we want to de-risk the buying, so you know, from a stock that is coming down, then going sideways, and then breaking the sideways, breaking the horizontal resistance, I have this thing here. So let's say that you want to do it for Tesla. You put your email address because you want to get a copy of what you entered here. So this is kind of your reference material. It gets sent to your email, and then you can look at it back. So if you buy Tesla 3 months ago and you did this 3 months ago, you will know exactly why you bought Tesla. And then so basically, is it into a downward channel? No. What did it break the outmost resistance, which is R1 or R2? Was stochastic over 60? Did it close above the horizontal congestion zone H1? Was there 2 previous lows? Boom, boom. So has it started to do a bullish channel yet? If it's no, you don't check it. If it's yes, you check it, and then it's going to give you a score, the probability of a move up. We are at 45 right now, and if we don't have stochastic over 60, we are at 30. So was the candle green? Is there a wick at the bottom? So you just check everything that is important to look at when you want to buy, and then it's going to give you a probability of a move and the probable length of the move, and then you click send, boom, and you get a copy of everything that you entered. So I am currently offering this as a separate tier, but I think I'm gonna move it to a different tier, so it might be more accessible. I'm just going to say this. So because yeah, there are so many things that we need to check. So this is why I did this. So yeah, so I think I covered Tesla, and I'm going to go faster with the others because then we are going to be here until 8 o'clock tonight. But basically, you know, if the first sign that Tesla is doing better is a break of this downward resistance. This is the first sign that, okay, Tesla might be doing something. Okay, so let me, or 240. Yeah, that's it again. So it's less risky to wait until it starts to break either a diagonal resistance or a horizontal resistance. If it starts to break those, it means that it's not as low as you would have hoped, but at least it's at the early beginning of a new move up. So you have way more chance to have a profitable trade. So SC Python, if you wait for a move up, a break of resistance on the way up, you will suffer less risk. If you only buy because the stock is low, you can buy a lot before it goes higher. You can buy a lot. So see here, we had a support at 266. Is that the number? Yeah. Okay. This is where we are at right now. So you know, this is 266.50 44. Then you could have bought, you know, each time it touched this, each time it touched this. So, oh, I'm gonna get it cheap at 266. Okay, I'm gonna buy some. Oh, it goes lower. Well, oh, this is cheaper. I'm gonna buy again because it's cheaper. Oh, it goes lower. Okay, I'm gonna buy again. It's cheaper. And then it goes up a bit, and then it goes lower. Oh boy. Oh, oh, this is so low. I'm gonna buy it because it's cheap. So I'm gonna buy at 180. And you see my point? You get my point? And then it goes down, down, down. Okay, I'm gonna buy here. Oh, it's so cheap. I need to buy it so cheap at $100. So what you have effectively did, if you did this, and I'm not blaming you, I'm just talking about the philosophy. So if you buy because a stock is low and the stock is in a downtrend, you are buying high. You think it's low, but it's just lower, but it's still high because this is a downtrend. It's going to continue down. So we don't buy a stock when it's going down. We wait and keep our money, and we buy when it starts to go back up. Here you buy. And yes, I'm going to give you that. I bought at 130 or 140 instead of 100. I'm going to give you that. But here, this is gambling. Here, this is an educated, de-risked trade. That's the difference. So buying because it's low, you can do it. It can work sometime. You can do it. Depends on the level of risk that you want to suffer. It's all about risk. There's no black and white. It's all levels of gray. 50 shades of gray. It's all about the gray area, and you need to know how much risk you want to take. Okay, link. Yes, I have a link of these charts. This is available. There's, if you become a member, there is a tier in which you get access to all of my lines for all of the stocks. So you can do that. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for being a subscriber. So stochastic is an indicator. So this is the stochastic over 60. The stochastic I am using 21-day stochastic, 21-day, not the regular 14-day. The 14-day gives us too much false signals. So you can pause this. So this is how I make it look like it's looking now. So you can pause this because this is being recorded, so you can pause it later. So stochastic is smoothing, and all of the indicators, basically this is what they are doing. All of these indicators right here are smoothing the randomness, because there's a little bit of randomness in the stock market. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So there is randomness, and the lines, the support lines and resistance lines are smoothing the randomness, and also the indicators. So when stochastic is over 60, this is telling us that the stock has enough move. This is not just one little move up. There is a trend behind it. There is a trend. There has been a trend for the past 21 days that is indicating that this wants to go higher. Thinking of selling. $3.15 call. Yes, but this is not financial advice, but yes, anything above 3.13 is smart, because we could be staying above that number for a while. So picking your out of the money or picking your covered calls strike price needs to be decided based on the resistance that we can encounter. The safest thing is to base it on a bullish channel resistance. This is the safest because these bullish channel resistance last a long time, and we are into a bullish channel right now, so these last a long time. So if you go 45 days in the future, this means mid-September. So mid-September would be, mid-September, let me see, would be right here. So just outside of this resistance right here, would be, I think at 315, you are just right smack on it. You are right smack on the resistance. That's not too bad. If you pick 320, it's a little bit safer because it's just a bit outside. So, this is where you want to do your covered calls. And preferably above this one too, just to be safer. So, this is where you do your covered calls. Up to 415. Or up to 414. So this is your covered call area. So depending on your date, you just pick your date. Whoops. You just pick your date and boom, these are your strike price. Hope it helps. I don't do much options because, there are some crazy things that you can do with options, but options need to be based on technical analysis anyway. So this is why I concentrate on technical analysis. Okay, so I guess I answered this. 280 call credit spreads and 250 put spread for this week. 280. Well, yeah, the 285 would be better because 280 is just within this congestion channel. So and the 250, the 250 is not too bad because it's below 255, but I would have chosen above 285 just to be outside of the current congestion zone, which is between 255.85 and 285. It's hard to know in the congestion zone, could go either way. Okay, so I'll just move on because I'll just move on. It's been almost an hour talking about Tesla. This is crazy. It goes by so fast. So let me go. Let me look at the other stocks that we are usually looking at. And so VIX. Okay, VIX, we need to talk about this because this is the fear index of the S&P 500. So when the VIX is going down, the stock market tends to go up. So this also needs to be factored into our risk assessment. Is the VIX going up or down? Right now it's going sideways and it's pretty low. So we are good. If we start breaking 1485, then we should start to worry a little bit. But so far so good. And trend wise, this is fine. Rivian. Okay, let's talk about some stuff now. Some other stuff. I love EV stocks because we are on the verge of a what's it called? The crossing the chasm and all that stuff. Technological disruption. So EVs are disrupting. EVs are disrupting people. Are disrupting the car industry. So, you know, these stocks are going to go places. They did not go places. So, you know, this was not the time to buy. This was not the time to buy. This was just going sideways. But, okay, we had this downward resistance right here. And yes, I should have looked at this. You know, I cannot look at all of the stocks, and you know, I have not looked at Rivian in a long while. It's just that somebody said, well, you should start looking at it because now it's doing some things. And yes, it's doing some things. We had a downward channel. It broke the downward channel. So this was the first de-risking. So buying at 18 bucks was not too bad. But then we could have been stuck under 22 bucks. Because that was the next congestion zone it could have been stuck under. So stopping to go down is one thing, stopping to go sideways is another, and this is what it did, boom, right here. So the time to buy Rivian with the less risk in a long while was after that candle right here, July 7th. So maybe the close at 24.69. Okay. So because it starts to go high. Yes, it's not the low. It's not the lowest point. It's not the lowest point, but we never know what the lowest point is going to be until it starts to go back up. We cannot know. So this was a decent entry, a very safe entry. And now the thing is still at play. So it's been going up and down. It's been in this congestion zone between 23.59 and 26.91. Myself, I got in right here, if I remember correctly. And I'm still in it because, you know, it started to have a floor in terms of the price. You know, it started making a floor. See, the bottom of this candle here, bottom. So, okay, this is a floor. 23.59 is a milestone. If it goes lower than that, then the buyers are no longer in that stock. And it started making a ceiling. The ceiling is at 26.91. But now what is happening is that within that floor and ceiling, which is just going sideways, I just saw the last comment. So this is a congestion zone. Within that congestion zone, a new pattern started to emerge. We are making higher lows. So we are into two patterns at the same time, a horizontal thing and a bullish thing. So if we break 26.91, this is going to be a buy, because this is going to indicate that we should continue up. Nothing's for sure, but that's the best. So technical analysis wise, this is the safest thing we can have. And as Paul is mentioning, Rivian could be having an explosion tomorrow. We don't know. And Rivian could be having some other fundamental problem. You need to look at that too. But technical analysis wise, this is going to look good. And yes, there's the earnings call that is going to happen on August 8th, and that can throw a wrench in this thing. We don't know yet. If we look at Tesla here, Tesla had a great earnings, but the margins and whatever else made it go down. So, you know, there's no direct correlation with good earning and stock going up, and bad earnings stock is going down. There are many other factors that are at play and many interpretations that analysts are going to do, and that will impact. But yes, check this, and each time we have an earnings, there can be some instability with the stock. Yeah, that's a given. But technical analysis wise, this is all great. This is bullish right now, and we are pretty much at the lowest point. It IPO'd at $120, and we're at $26, and everything is looking pretty good technically. So you make your own decisions. Xpeng. This is pretty much the same story and the same pattern. It was going down. Stop going down. But then we need to make sure that it's not going sideways. Because it stopped going down, but it went sideways for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So let's just wait. And then, boom! It broke the horizontal resistance. So that was the time to get in at $13. And then it did the same thing as Rivian. It went sideways. And then, started to make higher lows right here. Oh, it's making higher lows. And then, boom, it broke 1523. And look at this. So, yeah. And we don't know. Nobody knows when, until when it's going to go. There's a significant resistance at $36. There's significant resistance there. So we'll see if it breaks that or if it caves in from that. But if it caves in, yeah, we don't need to get married with a stock. We can buy it, and then if we don't like it anymore, we can sell it. The commissions on buying and selling are so cheap right now that we don't need to commit for the long term. If you want to commit with Tesla and not look at Tesla's stock price until 2030, you can do so. Sure. It's not the most optimal way, but it's the easiest way. Assuming that Tesla is a great company, which it is, that's the easiest thing. But if we are looking at the technical aspect, at the trading aspect, this is how we do this. Boom, stops going down, stops going sideways, and of course I did not say it, but it was implied. Stochastic was there. Boom, this is a nice swing. This is good timing. This is good timing. Technical analysis is going to give you good timing, because you could research Tesla and then decide in November of 2021, yeah, I'm gonna buy Tesla. This is a great company. I've done all of my research and I'm gonna buy it right now in November of 2021. Yeah, I feel good about it. This is no timing. When you have no timing, you can buy before a big drawdown. So technical analysis is giving us timing. It cannot give us the health of a company. So if I did not know anything about Tesla, well, I tried to know a bit about the company before entering using technical analysis and using the timing tools, because I don't want to buy something that goes up and won't be going up for a long time, because fundamentally the company is crap and is going to go bankrupt. So I would not buy Nicholas. Nicholas Motors. This was very fishy as a company. So I tried to pick great companies like or disrupting companies like biotech, Rivian. And biotech is a different story, but Rivian, Xpeng, these guys have been around a little bit, and we kind of know a little bit what is happening. But another de-risking aspect is to look at the fundamentals a little bit, but just buying a stock because of the fundamentals, in my opinion, is not something that I want to do, and it's not right because there's no timing aspect. NIO, the same thing. It was going down, and then it started to go sideways, and then it stopped going sideways, and now it's going up. And everything is bullish. The weekly chart is great. Stochastic is there on the weekly chart. This is great. Palantir. Palantir, okay. It did pretty much like Tesla did, you know, it did a little bit better because, well, it broke its downward resistance. It still has a big downward resistance that it needs to break, and it could not. It broke it on Friday. That's the thing. It broke it on Friday. So this one is, you need to look at it now. This is where it's at right now. We broke 1715. We broke the downward resistance, the big downward resistance right here. There's an earnings call on August 7th. This will have an impact. If you want to be safe, wait for 19 bucks before getting in. If you want to risk it a little bit, enter right now. Enter right now, but be careful about what is going to happen at 19. If it reverses, you can sell. And if you buy right now, I would put some stop loss below 1690. But this is a great company. This is a very good company. A great company, yeah. Yeah. But the congestion zone right now is between 16 and yeah, and 19. So in theory, you know, it could do this. This is what it's legitimized to do. If we break 19, then this is going to be a bigger runway. And weekly wise, it's going to be great also because, you know, it has been going up for so long. So I don't think I'll just look at the daily chart. NVIDIA, the same thing. It was going down, then it was going sideways, not for long, and then it started to go up, and now it's just going higher and higher and higher. And this is the bullish channel it is now in. What can I say? This is going up. This is bullish. It is going up. And when a stock is going up, you know, it tends to bounce between the two lines. So this is what it's doing. So if you want to time right, try to buy, you know, towards the bottom right here, not the top. Because if you buy here at the top, then you need to suffer a little bit this before making some profit here. If you buy at the low, close to support, assuming that it holds it, then you are in the money right away. It's easier on the nerves to be in the money right away. So yeah, this is super bullish everywhere. PayPal, this is going sideways for now. PayPal is going sideways, so until it breaks, but yeah, okay, sorry, I need to be more precise. It is going sideways while being into a bullish channel, so it's going up and now it's taking a pause. This is the bullish channel. It's taking a pause, and once it breaks 75.11, then it's resuming. So then that's a nice, if you are not in it, that's a nice entry. Okay, it has been almost an hour. I'll just whiz through the indices. Should I look at the weekly chart? Because the weekly chart of everything is going to be bullish because the stock market has been bullish. So yeah, so there's no point in looking at that. Gold, okay, so we can switch at gold then. So QQQ going higher and higher. Dow Jones into its bullish channel too. You know, it does not take long to look at stocks when you have all your lines. Is it breaking your lines or no? No, it's not breaking my lines. It's going higher. Is it breaking my lines? No. Gold. Yeah, well, this one This one is going a bit more sideways. If we break 1508, that's not good. So between 1508 and 1541. So this one is just a bit less good. You know, it has been, it went up for a long time. Now it's no longer up because this bullish channel support is no longer relevant. We are no longer above it. I think I'm going to remove this just for clarity. So this one is going sideways. Silver also going sideways, but silver still has a bullish channel at play here. So maybe it's just pausing a little bit before it does something like this. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin again, look at the downward resistance right here, Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. Really trying to break it. See how it's really trying it? So the line is not an illusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tried but broke below. 7. So 7 times that this line has been at play during the past 2 weeks. So if we break that downward resistance, you know the drill. If we break that downward resistance, well, guess what? It's not going down anymore. It could be going sideways. If it breaks 29,838, then it's not going sideways, it's going higher. If it goes higher, go buy it. It's not financial advice, this is just my opinion. A good stochastic would help. Ripple is going sideways. If it breaks 0.66, then it should be a goner. If it breaks 85, then it should go higher. And we are hearing a bunch of stuff on TikTok about Ripple. We are hearing that Elon's X company is going to be going to allow us to do all of our financial transactions on it, like becoming a bank maybe. And supposedly this is going to be based on Ripple. So if it is, Ripple should shoot up like crazy, I'm assuming. So yeah, I have some. We'll see. And last one I'm going to talk about is Neo Battery Material. This is a company I affectionately like because they have the same philosophy as Tesla in terms of the silicon anode. I did a video on them on the channel. You can look at it. Very interesting. Everything that they say is exactly the same thing that Tesla said at the battery day 3 years ago. Exactly the same thing. So my bet is that either Tesla is going to buy them out, or Tesla is going to sign a long-term contract with them. But this is just a suspicion. This is not technical analysis. This is just me having a suspicion because I know about the company and I know about Tesla, and I see a marriage, a wedding and a marriage somewhere in there. I might be wrong, but if it starts to go down, well, I don't have any, well, I have a bit of position in it. I have some position in it, but I won't keep that position if it breaks below 36 cents. So I'm still using technical analysis, even if I think that there is a potential for a buyout from Tesla. Because nothing's for sure. You know, this is just a hunch. This is just a hunch. But if it starts to go down, I won't keep stocks in, well, I won't keep much stock in it. But if it starts to go up, then I'll just catch the next swing if it indeed does go down. So I don't like to suffer a stock going down. I don't see the point because I don't want to waste time. Investing for the long term is fine, but my teacher of technical analysis used to say, long term, we're all dead. So long term, we need to think about what is long term. Is 10 years long term? I don't know. I don't know. Cybertruck. I just posted a video on the Cybertruck. Will it have the exoskeleton that Tesla was talking about? I don't know anymore, because Sandy Modrow seems to think not, but I'm not sure I understand what Sandy is mentioning. So hello Michael, hello Gregorio. Los Angeles, yeah, I was in Los Angeles this spring. Loved it. Went to the what's it called? The Peterson Automotive Museum. Loved it. Amazon Deeds. Okay, I'm gonna do one for you, Deeds. These are the stocks that I'm looking at every single day. Let me just for fun. Apple, yeah, well, Apple is going up. Huh? Apple is bullish. It's going up. How long will it continue? Nobody knows, but it sure is going up. It might be slowing down in the short term, you know. Maybe there's a top right here, huh? You see? Boom, 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 boom. Maybe there's a little bit of a top. It's getting close to 200, so there's a little bit of shyness right here. So there's a bit of shyness. So if you want to get in, maybe wait until the shyness has gone away. But it's still making higher lows. So that, well, it's not 200, it's 196.67. Let's be precise. So if it breaks that, then it's gonna look even better. Where's your Amazon? Do I have a way to just okay, let me just do this. I'm gonna do Amazon, and then I'm gonna try to go outside a little bit. Thank you, Enzo. Okay. Well, Amazon is great. We have a big bullish channel still in it, and we have been going even faster. Smaller bullish channel going even faster. So if we break this is going to be great. So maybe 136.54, because we could be going sideways. Yeah, see, it's going sideways. There are multiple patterns at play at the same time, and they all impact and they all influence the stock. So it's been going sideways for a little bit of a while, but we still have the two bullish channel in play. So once it breaks 136.54, then it's going to be a better indication that it wants to keep going up. So guys, I'm pretty much beat. Oh, Enzo from France. Bonjour. So this is going to be it for this weekly live. This one was open to the public, and we are streaming on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch at the same time. So usually I do these lives only for my members. So three Sundays out of each month, it's only for my members, and once a month it's open to the public like this. And you can follow me on YouTube, where I do a video every single day looking at what has happened to our stocks from Tesla down to Neo battery material, looking at the indices, S&P 500, gold, silver, PayPal, Nvidia. We are looking at great companies because our goal basically is to make money. Our goal is not to invest in something that is not moving. So we prefer to trade. So Xpeng, Rivian, Neo, Palantir, Nvidia, PayPal, Tesla. This is what we're looking at. So join me every single day of the week where we are going to look at these stocks and see if they break some patterns. And if they break some patterns, then we can decide to hop in or hop out. It's as simple as that. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here with me. It was definitely fun and interesting. So I'm going to wish you a great rest of the weekend and join me tomorrow so we can continue the conversation tomorrow. So have a great weekend and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.